The biggest problem in the world today, probably, I guess maybe, like, lack of emphasis on intelligence and education. You know, everything's more like you gotta have it specialized rather than having a broad scope of knowledge. And I think that kind of affects the way people, can process things and look at the world. And if you have more of a broader range on what you know and different things that you know, it's easier for you to look at the world from a different perspective other than your own, so you can kind of make decisions a little bit more logically and rationally rather than, from things like instinct of irrational fears or stuff like that. Yeah, probably just lack of emphasis on education in a more broad kind of way.
I guess one of my biggest concerns is that I am here in college spending thousands of dollars to get an education, and there might not be a job available for me once I get out of here. But hopefully I put in enough effort I should be able to get one.
My biggest concern in life is not being financially able to support myself in the future to avoid the stresses that come in life later on.
Okay. Unfortunately, my biggest concern in the world right now would be my accounting test tomorrow and my economics exam tomorrow.
My biggest issue with the world today would be the trauma in the Middle East, because it never seems to stop. And too many people seem to reference it to biblical verses or anything like that I tend not to believe, but the similarities do kind of worry me sometimes.
My biggest concern is this whole thing with Syria using chemical weapons. I think it's pretty serious. I don't think that they tell us both sides of the story in the news, so they tell us what they want us to hear just so they can get their way.
My major concern in the world today is the lack of empathy that people are starting to show. I mean, technology, I don't know if it's technology or what, but it's prevalent, the way people act toward each other now. I don't know if that's the way society is going right now, it's turned into that or what, but there's